Good morning, children. Yesterday we have discussed all the formulas of finding mean. Now today we are going to discuss few questions which are based on it. Though you can practice different types of questions, today we are going to discuss a question in which one frequency is not given. Here question is that if the mean of the given data is 21, then you have to find F1. It means that unknown frequency. Question is given that mean is given 21 and you have to find the unknown frequency. Now, what are the things given to us? The question was given to us. The marks 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40 and 40 to 50. These are the marks given and the number of students who are placed in these marks group which are given over here 5, 6, F1, 2 and 3. 0 to 10 contains 5 students, 10 to 20 contains 6 students, 20 to 30 contain unknown number of students, that is F1. That you have to find it out. 30 to 40 contains 2 students and 40 to 50 contains 3 students. Now how we can proceed it? First of all, we have to find out the class mark as usual. We will find out the class mark by finding the sum of upper and lower limit of any class interval and dividing it by 2. So we have added 0 and 10 and then we have divided by 2 to get 5. And we have then obtained the next consecutive class marks by adding 10 in the previous class mark. After finding all the class marks, what we will do? We will find out the product of frequency and its corresponding class mark, that is Fi Xi. This is Xi 5, 15, 25, 35 and 45, while frequencies are 5, 6, F1, 2 and 3. Now we have to find out the product of Fi and Xi, frequency with its corresponding class mark. Now 5 multiplied to 5 gives us 25. The product of 6 and 15 gives us 90 and the product of unknown term F1 and 25 gives us 25 F1. The product of 2 and 35 gives us 70 and the product of 3 and 45 gives us 135. Now after finding the product of frequency and its corresponding class mark, we will find Fi Xi, the sum of all the Fi Xi, which is equal to 320 plus 25 F1. And when we will add all the frequencies, then we get 16 plus F1. We are having 5, 6, 2 and 3 known terms and F1 is unknown term. So we will add all these and we get summation Fi as 16 plus F1. Now we are aware of the formula. We know that what is the formula to find mean? We know the formula to find mean is, that is summation Fi Xi divided by summation Fi. As we have obtained over here the value of summation Fi Xi, that is equal to 320 plus 25 F1. That value will be substituted with this formula. The value we have substituted, it is 320 plus 25 F1 for Fi Xi, and for summation Fi we have substituted the value 16 plus F1. Now mean was known to us 21. Now after simplification, what do we get? We do the cross multiplication with 21 into 16 plus F1. When 21 is multiplied to 16 plus F1, it gives the product 336 plus 21 F1. When 336 plus 21 F1 is equated with 320 plus 25 F1, we get the value after simplification 21 F1 minus 25 F1 is equals to 320 minus 336. Further simplification will give us minus 4f1 is equal to minus 16. And by solving it, we get f1 is equal to minus 16 by minus 4, that is equal to 4. Now, it means that we have obtained the unknown frequency f1, which is equal to 4. You have to practice these type of questions and you will try to command over these type of questions. Now it is another question. Here we are having, if the mean of the given data is 21, then find f1 and f2. Also, summation f is equal to 20. What we have to find? We have to find here two unknown terms now. They are f1 and f2. When the total sum of frequencies, total number of terms is given. It means that what are the things given to us? We are given with class interval of marks 0 to 10, which contains 5 students, 10 to 20, which contains first unknown number of students f1, 20 to 30 contains f2, second unknown term of students, and 30 to 40 contains two students, and 40 to 50 group contains 3 students. Since it was given to us that summation fi is equal to 20, so we will add the given terms 5 plus f1 plus f2 plus 2 plus 3. It will give us 10 plus f1 plus f2. When we will equate 10 plus f1 plus f2 with 20, we can obtain that f2 will be equal to 10 minus f1. It is a very simple equation that 20 is equal to 10 plus f1 plus f2 when it is given to us. Since the sum of all these terms 5 plus f1 plus f2 plus 2 plus 3, which is equal to 20. It means that 10 plus f1 plus f2 will be equal to 20. When we will equate it with f1 plus f2, we can obtain that f2 can be expressed as 20 minus 10 minus f1, which will give us the result 10 minus f1. It means that we have obtained that f2 is equal to 10 minus f1. It is the relation of f2 and f1. Now, we have to find out fi and xi. Again, we have to find out xi. In this question also, we have obtained xi by obtaining the class marks of the given class interval. By obtaining the class mark, we will find out the product of fi and xi. This product of fi and xi is equal to 25, 5 multiplied by 5, then 15 multiplied by f1 will give us 15 f1, then 25 multiplied to f2. But instead of f2, we will multiply to 25 with 10 minus f1. When we multiply 25 with 10 minus f1, we can get 250 minus 25 f1. It is the product of 25 and 10 minus f1. And when 2 multiplied to 35 will give us 70, and 3 multiplied to 45 will give us 135. After that, we will add all the term of fi and xi. Now we will add all fi xi. When we will add 25 with 70, 135 and 250, we get 480. And plus 15 f1 and minus 25 f1. Minus 25 f1 plus 15 f1 will give us minus 10 f1. So the final fi xi is equal to 480 minus 10 f1. Now we know the formula of finding mean, that is equal to x bar is equal to summation fi xi divided by summation fi. The value of summation fi xi which we have obtained that is equal to 480 minus 10f1. Now this 21 is the value of mean, 480 minus 10f1 is the value of summation fi xi, and summation fi is given 20. Now we will solve it. We will do the cross multiplication with 21 and 20. We get 420, which is equal to 480 minus 10f1. When we will simplify it by taking minus 10f1 in LHS, we get plus 10f1, and when this plus 420 will be taken in RHS, it becomes minus 420. 480 minus 420 will give us the value 60. Now we have to find out the value of f1. We will divide 60 by 10 to get the value 6. Now the value of f2, which we have obtained over here, that f2 is equal to 10 minus f1. So to find out f2, we will f2 is equal to 10 minus f1. Now we can find out the value of 10 minus 6, that is equal to 4. Now we were having the value of f1 and f2, which were unknown terms. f1 is given, we have obtained 6, and on the basis of f1 is equal to 6, we have obtained f2, that is equal to the difference of 10 and f1, that is equal to 10 minus 6, which gives us the second f2, that is 4. Now both the unknown terms are known to us, f1 and f2. So you have studied various type of questions. In mean, you will try to find out the various kinds of questions of mean, and then if you find any difficulties, you will discuss it with me. Now here a few more questions for you. Here you have to calculate mean of the following data when class interval is 4 to 7, 8 to 11, 12 to 15 and 16 to 19. And its corresponding frequencies are 4 to 7 has frequency 5, the group 8 to 11 has frequency 4, the group 12 to 15 has frequency 9, and group 16 to 19 has frequency 10. Now here is a little bit difference between the earlier questions which we have discussed and in this question. The main problem is that these data which are given over here are inclusive data. As you have studied in standard 9, that when the upper limit and lower limit of two consecutive groups are not same, then they are called inclusive data. And here what do we find? Here we find that 7 is the upper limit of the first class interval and 8 is the lower limit of the second class interval. Since they are not the same term, they are not equal, so it means that it is inclusive data. Inclusive, it means that upper limit is included in the particular class interval or in the particular group. As we have discussed earlier questions in which the upper limit and lower limit are same, then in that case upper limit is not included. Upper limit is taken in the next group. But here 4 to 7, it means that include all the term from 4, 5, 6 and 7. So while solving these type of problems, what we have to do, we have to convert this term into this data into exclusive form of data. To convert it into exclusive form of data, we have to find out the difference of the upper limit and lower limit of consecutive class intervals. By finding the difference of upper limit and lower limit of the two consecutive class intervals, we will make half of it, and then we will add that particular half value in the lower upper limit of the given class interval and subtract from the lower limit of the class interval. Since here lower limit is 4 and upper limit is 7, and the difference between upper limit of the first group and the lower limit of the second group is 1. When we will subtract 8 and 7, we get 1. Now if we will make half of it, we get 0.5. It means that if we want to make this inclusive data into the exclusive form of data, then we will subtract 0.5 from lower limit and we will add 0.5 in the upper limit. So we see that when we will subtract 0.5 from 4, we get 3.5. And when we will add 0.5 in 7, we get 7.5. Now what do we see? Similarly, if we subtract 0.5 from 8, we will get 7.5, which is the second class interval. And if we will add 0.5 in 11, we will get 11.5 in the upper limit. Similarly, in the third class interval, if we will subtract 0.5 from 12, then we will get 11.5. And if we will add 0.5 in 15, we will get 15.5. Similarly, if we will subtract 0.5 from 16, we will get 15.5 as the lower limit. And if we will add 0.5 in 19, we will get 19.5 as the upper limit. Now, if you will observe the data, then you will find that 3.5 to 7.5 is the first class interval, and the second class interval is 7.5 to 11.5. Now we observe that the upper limit of the first class interval is equal to the lower limit of the second class interval. Now you see that the upper limit of the first class interval is the same as the lower limit of the second class interval. But earlier the difference was there in the upper limit of the first class interval and the lower limit of the second class interval. So these type of data are called inclusive data, in which upper limit is included in this particular group. For example, in 4 to 7, 7 is included. 8 to 11, 11 is included in this group itself. But here, the upper limit is 7.5 of the first class interval and the lower limit is also equal to 7.5. So in these cases, upper limit 7.5 is not included. It means that it is called exclusive data. It means that upper limit is excluded. We exclude the upper limit, so it is called exclusive data. And here we include the upper limit in the particular group, so it is called inclusive data. So whenever the question is given in the inclusive series of the data, then you have to convert the same into exclusive form of data, and then you have to solve the question. And then after obtaining the class interval of all the given data over here, for 4 to 7, 8 to 11, 12 to 15 and 16 to 19, we have obtained the corresponding class interval in the exclusive form, in which the upper limit and lower limit of the consecutive classes are same. Now we will start our finding mean for the given data. All the processes are same now. First of all, we have to find out the class mark. Since the frequencies are given, they will not change, they will remain same. Now we will add the upper limit and lower limit of the first class interval and divide it by 2 to get the value 5.5. Now to find out the next class interval, class mark, we can simply find out the class size. If we will observe, then we will see that the class size is 4 over here. So we will add 4 in each class mark to get the next consecutive class mark. So 4 will be added in 5.5. It will be equal to 9.5. This 9.5 is also equal to the sum of 7.5 and 11.5 when divided by 2. When we will add 7.5 and 11.5 and divide it by 2, we again get the value 9.5. Similarly, we can find out the next class mark, that is 13.5, and furthermore we can find out the next class mark, that is 17.5. Now we have obtained all the class marks for the given class interval. Now the frequencies are given here. For each class interval, corresponding frequencies are given. Now we have to find out xi and fi. We have to find out the product of fi and xi. When we will multiply 5 to 5.5, we get 27.5. When we multiplied 4 by 9.5, we get 38.0. When we multiply 9 to 13.5, we get 121.5. And when we multiply 10 to 17.5, we get 175.0. Now we know the formula to find the value of finding mean, that is x bar is equals to summation fi xi divided by summation fi. We have obtained summation fi xi as equal to 362 and summation fi, that is equals to 28, and we will use the formula fi xi by summation fi xi by summation fi to get the exact value of mean. The value fi xi, summation fi xi is substituted with 362 and the value summation fi is substituted with 28. The quotient of 362 and 28 is equals to 12.9 approx. When you will get a value in decimal and you see that it is not terminating decimal, then after writing the value, you will write inside the bracket that it is approx. So whenever you are not having exact decimal value, then you can write after writing the value till one place of decimal approx. Then we have got the mean value of this given data, which is given to us in the inclusive series of data. We have obtained it in exclusive series, and then we find out the mean, which is equals to 12.9. Now we will discuss in next class now various types of central tendency again. Till then you have to practice.